What's up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome to another edition of the FanTracks podcast, of course, coming to you from fanboysanonymous.com. I am your host, Tony Mango, and joining me on the panel for this episode is Chris Cheng.
Hello.
And Sean Walker.
I am also the host.
Yes,
of
you
Smart
are
Up Moment.
co-host.
No, not Smart Up Moment. FanTracks.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. If you don't know what the FanTracks podcast is, by the way, it's pretty simple.
You've been living under a shell, motherfuckers.
Damn right you have. It's the same thing as you would see on a DVD commentary. We're going to provide an audio commentary track that you guys can listen to while you're watching the same thing that we're watching. This edition is going to be the 1984 classic film Ghostbusters, not the new film. Fuck that new film. So we're going to be watching that, and we're going to be just like cracking some jokes and stuff like that. We're going to treat this as if we were just sitting around with you. You know, we're all a bunch of friends hanging out in the same room, having some fun and stuff like that. Obviously, we can't talk about how it was to work on the movie because we all did not work on the movie and anything like that.
I am currently in the same state of mind as Bill Murray, so...
I think I'm about, like, midway through Dan Aykroyd and Winston. You know? But, so the way that we do this, the easiest way for you to do it, because we have copyright issues if we upload the actual video itself, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a countdown of 3, 2, 1, play, and that's when you're going to start whatever you have, whether it's a stream on Netflix or a DVD or a Blu-ray or whatever, or some other illegal means of doing that. I'm not going to give you a point of view of how you can do that, but go ahead and do it if you want. I don't care. I don't lose anybody. And
if you have like the novelization of Ghostbusters, the book.
Yeah, if you want to go through that, then that might be even more fun. I don't know. But we bypass all of the things like the FBI warnings and such on menus and all that kind of stuff. It's going to start off right with I think it's Paramount logo. I don't remember for sure.
Columbia.
That's what the woman holding up the little thing. Yeah. So get all that set up and get ready because we're going to go 3, 2, 1, play. So just to let you guys know ahead of time, you should be seeing her right now holding up the torch like, you know, Statue of Liberty.
I miss the old Columbia logo.
Yeah, what do they use now?
It's the same thing, but high def.
Yeah, it's not this grainy picture.
The 90s. Good times.
So we've got creepy music playing right now.
All public library.
Which is very creepy.
Well, it's a New York public library, so it's not like a clean community center or something like that.
It might be.
And I forgot to mute my telly. Shit.
You can tell that this is 1984. Dude walking by with a sweater like that.
Is that Mary Poppins on the left, like reading?
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but she does kind of look like Mary Poppins, doesn't she?
Like, I couldn't tell if that was like the extras that like came that way, like they were instructed to dress like that, or that just like legit New York librarian people back then. You know, like people who go to libraries like this.
Oh God, imagine them doing that now with all the hipsters.
Yeah, I mean, that's hipster stuff now. You'll see that.
Well, no, because hipsters wear fedoras nowadays. What do I do?
They are going to do a new Mary Poppins movie. Emily
fuck off.
Mary Poppins.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood really have run out of ideas.
Yeah, you're redoing Ghostbusters, you're redoing Mary Poppins. Now, I haven't seen this movie in a couple of years. One of my favorites from when I was a kid, though. I always thought that this woman was creepy enough on her own.
This poor regular woman.
Yeah, just a regular old woman, and she's just like, oh my God, she must clearly be a ghost. Again, pure 80s with that kind of stuff.
From 101 sound effects.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I'd be, like, scared of this. It's not like, oh no, like, gunfire. It's like paper.
Yeah, I'd more so just be like, what the fuck? Who let the draft in?
Yeah, like, but she ran away, like, in pure terror because a bunch of paper flew.
And she clearly works at this library. Why does she not know where she's
she got
run?
instantly lost.
She's just like, oh my God, books and more books. What is this place? So we got to talk about the song.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good song.
Which song? The Fall Out Boy song?
God,
No.
that one is so bad. I forgot about that.
I don't like the fact that they gave him the new logo boobs.
Yeah, a little. But I think that was a joke, right? Because they can't really have boobs.
Then again, though, I mean, why do the ghosts look anything like this in these movies?
Like, why the ghosts don't look like ghosts?
Yeah, like, why are they... Like, that one looked like a... I mean, we don't get to see it right now, but when we eventually see it, the one in the library looks like a person until it gets all creepy, but, like, Slimer? Like, what? That's supposed to be a person?
I think it has to be like a certain tier of ghosts where like if you were super like emotional, like like there's that reasons like you become a ghost because you have like lingering feelings for like being alive, and that's why you're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like if you have like too much, you get like mutated. The game kind of explains it, like the book, whatever it was, like the spirit guide they can consult.
That was a good game.
Yeah, that was
like
good.
The unofficial third movie, kind of.
Yep. People even say it. It's accurate like that. I also love how Peter Venkman here abuses his power, his like tenure.
But wouldn't you? She's hot.
She's 80s hot, I know.
Yeah. Well, if she was out there now, 2016, I'd still would.
I don't know. Depends on the size. I'm not allowed to say that because I lost a lot of weight, so fuck it. I don't want no chunky monkey.
I always thought this dude looked like such a tool.
He looks like he wants drugs.
Well, the cool thing is that actually he is like ESP, right? And
yeah, like he gets the one question correct.
He gets them all correct, and it's like he just likes fucking with them. I thought like later in the series he would come back as like a villain because he's like force sensitive, like.
Get a little tired of this.
He does look like a heroin addict, though, right?
Oh,
yeah.
80s, man.
Oh, hey,
Coke. Probably before and after the scene, he and Bill Murray were getting into some.
Just hanging out in the bathroom and doing some lines.
They were injecting him between the toes.
And it's $5 that he's paying him to.
Well, $5 in the 80s was like $10.
I only just realized that he's actually wearing a tie in this scene, Bill Murray.
Aykroyd is such a dork in this movie.
Look how high up the trouser waistline is. Jesus.
So they're supposed to be like, not old guys, but not young guys, right?
How old were they back then?
I think those like they're in their like mid-30s.
Let's see. Bill Murray was born 1950. So he'd be 34.
34?
He looks a little older than 34.
I know, they look a little older than like what they are. But I mean, they age slowly from then, you know.
Well, you know, the 80s were a hard life, like, you know.
Yeah,
before plastic surgery and Botox and shit.
Yeah, I think Bill Murray went from like 20 to 40 for like another 20 years.
Yeah.
And now he's like 60 for the next 20 years.
Yeah, because he's like 80, but he looks pretty good. No, wait, is he 60-something?
I have no idea. The last movie I saw him in was
65.
Zombieland.
Okay, because when he goes full gray hair, like, he looks old.
Yeah. He's such a fucking jerk in this movie. It's so great.
But, you know, there's nothing to pair him to. He's just Bill Murray, you know? He's his own archetype.
Right. Because he's such a jerk, but you still like him.
Yeah, lovable jerk.
Like, there's no reason for you to like this guy. He's a manipulative bastard who is only looking out for himself for the most part.
Scam artist, yeah.
Yet at the same time, you're like, oh, I like that guy. And like, where's in? That's his friend. And he's just kind of like, I'm going to slam a book down.
Gonna blow out his eardrum.
Right.
Really, who has their fucking shirts tucked in anymore?
Tucked in and high up. Probably old parents.
Dan Aykroyd still.
That's because he's retarded.
Aw.
You're going to have to blur that out, right?
Yeah, look at how white she is. She's totally a ghost.
I like how they won't take her to a hospital or anything.
He
Like,
should lay her down in the middle of the library.
what a stupid name Egon is, right? Like, who the fuck come up with that? Like, oh, board meeting, right? We need a fucking stupid name. Fucking Egon.
Egon Spengler.
And yet he fucks the secretary. Oh, the cartoon show.
Acting guy. What is that got to do with it? Why are there so many old women in this?
That was like one chance to like act, and that's it. It's over.
Yeah, it's like, well, hope you like doing all those commercials that you're gonna be doing for the rest of your career.
Oh God,
you're gonna be doing like Alpo commercials and stuff.
Ouch.
I buy stuff for my dog that really isn't safe for him.
I buy things with a lot of corn in it.
No, you know what he is? He's one of those guys that you see where it's like, you know, do you have problems with your spaghetti strainer? And he like dumps the pasta all over the place.
Oh my God, I remember that back in the 80s. Like late 80s, early 90s had tons of those crazy things.
Yeah, do you just not understand how to wash your hands and the person drops the soap? And
you never want to drop the soap.
no, especially with that guy being around.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
So I'll give him credit for this. I mean,
yeah, because someone ejaculated everywhere.
That's why he was just downstairs. Even in 1984, like going back to the way that we look at things now, that little tool that he's using in his hand looks believable.
But the EMF reader?
Yeah, like it's, you know, the cheap little thing in 1984, 2016, it looks like it still works. Like they have that moving back up and down a little bit. And
dude, they still use this shit in Supernatural, alright?
This stuff is pretty gross, though.
Well, it's like the snot.
Ectoplasm things, yeah.
Yeah, it gets in his eye.
Whenever I think of ectoplasm, I think of that South Park episode.
Yeah, ooh, ghosts, ooh.
Yeah, it was a ghost. Fucking Randy Marsh. He just wipes in the books so casually, like.
But that's not even the ghost. I think it's just like the poor, like, standard of this library.
I don't know. I've never been to New York, so I'm assuming it's like this.
No, there's way less homeless. There's way more homeless people and stuff that they definitely like moved off set for this.
Imagine the homeless ghosts.
Oh, sad hobo ghost asking for change.
Well, sleeping on the bookshelves.
Yeah,
as you do. I actually saw a homeless guy today, actually, on my bench by where I live. It was great. He was just sleeping away.
Now, they have a pretty calm reaction to seeing a full-blown ghost like that. It's just, it's here.
Yeah.
I would be like, holy fuck!
I mean, again, it's the 80s. Like,
they're like, wait, so...
as long as it wasn't, like, Russian, they're not going to be as scared of it, you know? Like, the Cold War is still going on.
I still can't believe the new Ghostbusters stole this scene.
They redid it. They didn't steal it. They, like, redid it, and terribly.
Yeah, with it throwing up all over Kristen Wiig and, oh, it got everywhere. Ugh.
Even nowadays, the ghosts actually look better than the fucking new movie.
I don't mind the new ghosts. It's just updated technology. So I'm not like, I don't see it just for the ghosts. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a weird reason.
Yeah, I can laugh at this movie still after seeing it so many times, and I haven't laughed at a single joke in the trailers for the new one.
Right. Like, this is well-written, like commentary jokes. Like, they're very, like, if the movie wasn't about ghosts, the writing itself is funny enough.
It's a weird movie, too, though, this. Like, it's a comedy, but it's also kind of serious, too. It's, like, not a full-on lampoon of anything. It's a weird... Like, I wouldn't know what genre to put this in. I'd put it in... That's kind of scary.
I like how the ghost gets naked. That's always weird. Like,
yeah,
it went from a woman in a dress to, like, a naked ghost.
She needs to go see a dentist.
I love the music in this movie, too. Random jazz.
That granny walking up the
what's really
stairs.
bad is that I've seen, like, porn parodies of Ghostbusters that, like, look better than, like, the real reboot Ghostbusters. Like, they've done these scenes, they end up fucking the ghosts, but, like, it's still, like, a better story how they got to that point.
Well, there is that blowjob scene in this.
Yeah, the unexplained, like, why did they insert this, and why did they, like, say, yeah, we should make a kid's cartoon off this series?
Yeah, and how did that get past the censors? Because this is, I think, PG at the time.
Well, this is an 80s PG. This would have been a hard PG-13 now.
Yeah.
Oh, back when the men at the upstairs were like, yeah, whatever.
Well, this money, like, made money hand over foot. Like, it printed money. So, they wanted this everywhere.
Looking it up right now, it says opening weekend it made $13.6 million, $23 million in its first week. So the full final gross of the movie was $238.6 million.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
A lot for, like, the 80s standard.
Yeah.
And the
That's
new
not
film's
counting
made
the
$5.
marketing.
What?
Especially because the budget was $30 million, so they made $260 million profit. That's amazing.
What's the budget on the new film?
Probably like $150 million or something stupid.
And they will make anything near that.
Budget on the new one, $144 million.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Add 114 million to their other. Little fun fact: the way that they drink the liquor in this scene, I didn't realize until I was like,
Yeah, I didn't know what it was either.
no, not that. I got that eventually, but I didn't realize until I was like in middle school or so. The way that I hold glasses, if I am talking to somebody, he does a little point when he's talking to him. I do the same thing. I must have just picked it up from watching this movie so much.
Well, okay. The thing is, like, the whiskey bottle that they have here, the, like, little handle, they don't really make those anymore.
See
Like,
how he's pointing right now?
yeah.
I do that.
I think everyone points like that when they hold bottles. Or
Just
whatever.
random one finger pointing out.
Maybe not like that. Not, like, directly up at an angle like that.
Yeah, so I do that, and I was like, when I rewatched this when I was like in middle school or something like that, I'm just like, wait a minute, that looks kind of familiar, and I just grabbed a drink, and I'm like, okay. It's one of those subconscious things that kind of just gets embedded in you, I guess.
You want to hang out by a library or a university and drink like that?
Kind of.
I don't have 3 mortgages nowadays. Do you have 3 mortgages, boys?
I don't have that many liens against me. I don't know. I kind of want to buy an old firehouse now. Because that's what they do with it. They're like, hey, this is cool.
That's a cool building, though. Like,
By the way, that's like on the outskirts of Chinatown. And then in the reboot, they put it in Chinatown. So that's just weird. So it took me a few years later to realize that these shots are in California. Like, this is from another firehouse building.
I think this building shall be condemned. I'm Egon, and I'm a fucking nerd.
You really have a vendetta against him, don't you?
I just never liked Egon, even in the cartoons.
What? The cartoon, he had like a super mullet. Like it was a
blonde
ponytail.
for some
The
reason,
ponytail.
too.
Yeah,
blonde.
and then he had like the twirl in his hair.
I think I would be the Dan Aykroyd in this scenario. Just like, they got a pole, we should get this place.
He even runs like a fat guy.
He runs like Dan Aykroyd.
He wasn't supposed to be the main fat guy, though, in this. I'll get into that a little bit later. But there was a different cast member for 2 different people.
Yep, I know one of them, but I don't know that one.
A lot of gargoyles in this movie.
In New York City, like, you don't see them. They're not as common as you think.
They take place more in Gotham.
Hmm.
The fake Gotham, not the real Gotham.
I'm thinking, like, it depends on which era of Gotham. Like, the Tim Burton one, you'll see a few. The Joel Schumacher, the one where it's almost like Atlas Shrugged type, like, statues everywhere.
Where they have that giant Lady Liberty kind of statue thing. It's
Yeah.
just sort of like,
Just
oh.
in downtown, like, there's just infrastructure built around it.
Oh god, this fucking tool.
What?
Honey,
Totally.
I Shrunk Kids.
You know what it is? I didn't like him as a kid either, but then as I grew up, I kind of like appreciate him because out of everyone, he's got like a legit job. He lives in a nice condo. Like, he's not haunted.
He's very much the most believable character out of the bunch because he's such a poor sap.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like
no,
he's such an 80s nerd.
Your telly was on loud, so I turned my telly on so loud so they would think both our tellies were fucking weird. Fuck off.
We should be banging. Like, it's such a friend zoney kind of guy.
Yeah, trying to do her a whole bunch of service and stuff to get on the good side. Creep down and all.
You know what they should bring back is the fucking perm.
I don't know. I think it went away for good reasons, but then like a lot of jobs went out of business because no one was perming anymore. So it might help the economy.
And he's got that stupid jumpsuit.
His velour jumpsuit. It's not just like silk; it's velour.
With his fucking glasses. Oh my god, he wears socks with sandals. That's amazing. Oh,
They do a good job with this fake commercial because it's
Really?
exactly what the type of fake commercials would be.
But
Like,
I feel like
even the yellow text, you know.
right. But I feel like if you made the commercial like this today, it would just be on YouTube as like one of the worst commercial viral
Oh.
videos.
Guaranteed.
I love the fact that all of them step forward to say their line.
Yeah, like they know it's like, well, this is my cue. Okay, I will come up and say this, like little kids at a play.
So I love how her grocery stuff is every cliche movie grocery list. It's like a stalk of celery, bread, eggs.
Yep. You always have the same things. It's like the carrots sticking out and all that. There's our first shot of Stay Puffed.
I didn't notice that for a while. Like it took me years later to realize that it was like Stay Puft. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, you know when the eggs start exploding right all over your counter, right?
Mhm.
Wouldn't you get like a spatula and flip them? Or just have them sunny side up?
Like if it wasn't the grill, you know, like you don't really eat raw eggs in general, and then you don't really like eat this.
Yeah, but they're frying the eggs, look. I would flip them. I'd give them a good flip in.
See, I like scrambled.
I actually like sunny side eggs later, when I realized you could order them like that, because I always thought they were undercooked.
Yeah.
From like cartoons, I always thought like, oh, you can order it that way.
Now, I would be scared as shit if I saw this when I opened up my fridge. I'm scared enough as it is if I go and there's not like enough food in the fridge, let alone if I see some portal to another dimension.
And I feel like if you had that combination of like your closet goes to Narnia, your fridge goes to like this cloud to portal dimension.
The fucking sign. What's that, Comic Sans?
Not even. It's pre-Comic Sans.
I do have this OCD thing though. Whenever I go into my kitchen, I have to open the fridge.
Like your kitchen or like anyone's kitchen?
Just my kitchen in general.
Okay.
It never changes. It's the same food. There she is. The woman of my dreams with the big glasses.
And E-Pots.
I like Janine. She's a good, like, ball buster.
I
She's
can
such a good
imagine her
like
at
New
the
York
table.
accent too.
Yeah, she's very New York. The attitude and everything, you know?
I don't know.
I like how it just comes up from underneath the desk. The implications you don't get when you're a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, yeah, he's very handy. Print is dead. I'm Egon. I'm a bore.
Like if you had to pinpoint like the psycho friend who secretly has dead bodies in his closet, Egon would be it, right?
Totally. Well, I mean, if his go-to answer for what's your hobbies is like collect fungus, it's like,
What else
"Hey,
besides
we're
that?
not gonna hang out anymore, are we?
What else do you? I also kill hookers. Yeah, okay, I'll see you later. Like, yeah.
Well, you would be a great friend for my friend Lewis.
I actually know a guy called Lewis. He's kind of creepy.
Does he wear velour jumpsuits?
No, he works in the supermarket and he started headbutting a till.
Fun fact: he when he jumped over the thing like that, I read something about that. He almost tripped and fell. He wasn't supposed to jump over like that, and he cleared it just barely. So you can actually hear a little like thud when he hits the thing.
Damn.
So that would have been a great take if he would have just like face planted. Sigourney Weaver in her prime.
No, she
You don't think
says no. I think she still has hotness until like I don't know. She's still kind of hot to me. She's like forever hot to me, so it's kind of difficult to say like no. You know.
Her and Rene Russo, I always combine. Kind of all around the same age, kind of aged the same.
Yeah, like she aged pretty well. I also love like that '80s can of Budweiser. It's just
Yeah.
like that's another. They don't make cans like that anymore.
80s box of Cheez-Its, too.
Speaking of drink, I need to open up another can.
What?
Sean's been drinking for, 7 hours now?
Yes.
Go for the record.
The record for me is 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. So that's 12?
I've done that. I'm not proud of it. I've done it.
Check her out.
Psychic turbulence.
I'm gonna rape you. Like that's just basically what you should just end with.
And then Egon's like, when you're done with her, can I kill her?
Yeah. Oh my god, she's in a den of like killers and rapists.
Look at that plaid shirt, though.
80s plaid. So I couldn't tell. Like now, I know since I know the real estate in Manhattan is not cheap. This apartment is like a $500,000 like apartment for just like a room here, right?
Yeah, she must be like balls
She
out rich.
balls out rich, right? She works in music or whatever. Like I don't know what she's an art curator in this one, or she's pre.
She's
I know
the art curator in the second one. In this one, I think she's a part of like a music program or something. So she's definitely not like unless she's somebody who's like working with like full blown artists and stuff. Like maybe making a lot of money that way, but
not enough to like live like this.
she'd have to be like I don't know. Maybe she's got like some dirt on a politician or something.
Yeah, maybe it's like her family's rich or something because you just can't live in a place like this like easily.
That could be that. She could be like the trust fund baby.
Yeah.
That's why she's got an art degree.
I never got the whole blood pressure machine attached to the radio.
It's just the BS.
So
Yeah,
weird.
See? I meant like because he's like a scam artist, like it is how he gets inside a woman's house alone.
I'm
In the
pretty
80s,
stiff.
this was fine.
Well, in the 80s, this was all he has to do is like grab her and kiss her, then she'll be like,
I'm
"Oh,
yours.
Peter."
Yeah. She might resist for like a second, but then she's like all about it then. It's the cliche 80s thing.
Are these the eggs? No.
And yes means no.
And a no means maybe. Is that code for something? Like, again, think about everyone's New York stories. If you heard people living in cities under a budget, this is a huge kitchen for a New York apartment.
Right? She's got a living room that's like a full blown living room. Like,
yeah, in typical budget Manhattan living, this would be a bedroom already. Like, there'd be like someone, a roommate living in this area.
Whenever I see him lift up the celery, I think of the celery song. Do you guys know the celery song?
No.
Oh man, you haven't lived. You haven't lived. It's sang around the football grounds of England. It goes celery, celery, celery. If that bitch doesn't come, I'll tickle a bum with a lump of celery.
Yeah, we don't have that around here.
No, we don't. Oh, we do not have that at all. I wish we did, but we don't.
I think you might be about like 15 seconds behind us or something, Sean.
All right, I'll fast forward.
Well, I don't know. Let's double check. Right now, he just sat on the couch.
Sat on the couch. There we go.
That should go straight to you're a problem. It's like, dude, he's trying to help you out. You came to the Ghostbusters. They didn't come to you.
Yeah, but now it's like he's trying to like kind of
Get on
seduce
that.
her.
He is weird.
He's odd, Tony.
I don't take no's for an answer.
I wonder what Bill Murray would look like if he was this age now, because they would have like hair plugs and stuff.
I don't know. It took him a while even to lose his hair because he's not like balding. I mean, he's balding, but I mean, he's not full blown bald.
I was full on bald once. Wasn't pretty.
This always makes me want Chinese food.
I mean, Chinatown is like around the corner from this real live location, so it's like,
It's probably them actually eating.
Yeah,
when they're just filming, you know.
I like Ghostbusters.
Of course, they're serious. This is going to go into that song where it's like
Trouble Downtown, sung by not Ray Parker Jr. Like that should be on the soundtrack. Like every other song that's not by him, it's like not Ray Parker Jr., not the Ghostbusters theme song.
He got sued for that, right?
What? Yeah, he got sued by Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis wrote he has another song that's like similar in beat. And then he took it to court, and then they played both records and went, "Yeah, you're definitely sued, Ray Parker."
Egon with the oh my god, I never tried this pole out before.
I like the fact that they speed up the fucking hearse. Always looks dodgy.
Yeah, I think you're like 5 seconds ahead of us.
No, I know, but we're on track.
Yeah. Now, as far as classic movie cars go, you've got Batmobile, you've got stuff from like Mad Max. This is definitely one of them.
Oh, that like famous geek card shows and stuff. It's always like the same top lineups. The Ghostbuster car is always one of them. DeLorean.
Kit from TV.
Yep.
Yeah, Knight Riders. Yeah.
Knight Rider car. The Dukes of Hazzard car.
General Lee, yeah.
Yep.
Starship Enterprise.
That's a good car.
That fucking is a car.
So I like how they really do gloss over the proton packs because like there's no montage of them assembling it. It's already like just done.
Yeah, and you kind of like it. Now we're so used to it. We've seen
we're so used to that
and stuff. But it's like if you're thinking about it, we also should be thinking, how are they going to catch the ghost?
That's got to be some cockroach.
This guy always reminded me of Super Mario.
Like I could smoke in hotels back then, just like in the lobby.
Cigar. But there's a no smoking sign.
That's kind of weird too.
This is a classic shot, even though they're not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. This is a little breakdown about the proton pack. Just, well, it's nuclear. All right, cool.
I like the sound when he switches it on too.
I like the fact that they all back away from him as well.
He's like, well, I don't have much of a life, so I'm pretty sure that this works. The rest of my time was just spent eating Chinese food and killing hookers, but...
I don't got any family and friends. This is it. Whatever.
I collect spores and fungus, and I tinker around with nuclear-powered machinery.
And Mexican is back in Mexico.
That's what I always thought as a kid. It wasn't like, aha, they mistook her. I thought I was like, I hate crime. You know, just like... We missed her.
That's all the game was about back in the day. Was the damage. I actually own one of those jumpsuits. Wore for New Year's once.
I saw people
for New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's Eve, but
yeah, you could buy these, like not the costume version, but like real jumpsuits, and like it shows like there's websites that teach you how to like add the proper badges and shit.
I don't know why for New Year's though. I would think Halloween.
No, just on custom party.
Oh, okay. So one of the things I was alluding to earlier, I figured I'd get into it now. Eddie Murphy was originally going to be Winston, but it's like an unknown kind of a thing. John Belushi was supposed to be in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, he died, of course, and that they changed it around or like that. Slimer is unofficially supposed to be the ghost of
John Belushi.
Yeah, because he's like this big, lovable, oafy, fat guy.
Wow, that's a homage. That's why he's not a humanoid, like a full humanoid one.
And that he's like kind of a good one, like that kind of a thing, you know? But he's not good. I mean, in this one, he's flat out like a villain. But...
Yeah, well, he's not really a villain. He's just like, he's doing his own shit, you know? Like, he's not terrorizing, he's just eating.
He's like an annoying little pest more than anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird to think years later he became the unofficial, then official mascot, you know? Like, all he does is like eat and just slime people. Like, that's fine.
I think the cartoon show also helped with Slimer.
Yeah, that he really, he made him like the Scooby-Doo of the group now. But imagine the cartoon having this same growl.
Oh, yeah. Instead of that high-pitched kind of
high
thing.
pitch, yeah.
I always loved this as a kid. This is like one of my favorite scenes with the whole like
Sliming.
That's great.
I feel funky.
I've been bukkakied. Ugh. You know what's really weird is to see like the Papa John commercial for Ghostbusters, and that he like recreates the scene.
Yeah, he's eating the pizza and everything.
Yep.
It's like, oh man, Slimer, don't eat Papa John's. It's terrible. You're a ghost, but you're better than this. At least get Pizza Hut, you know?
We've actually recently got Papa John's.
Hate Papa John's.
Well, I actually like their like garlic dip, whatever, like the crust thing you can get.
The cheese fries are good. Or not cheese fries, the cheese sticks.
Yeah. Their crust is good.
Terrible. It's all like sweet. like what the hell Slimer doing in this? He's like a dog.
It's not like he's not an aggressive ghost. He's just like stupid, you know? Like
he's chasing his tail.
He's like if a ghost of like a person who would have got like brain damage.
Aw. You figure like in the afterlife they might like allow you to not be like handy, like carry that over into like your spirit version. Like if you were like handicapped in some form, and then as a ghost you're like even more handicapped. Like
you're gonna be handicapped, plus you're gonna look like a gargoyle.
Yeah, it's just like come on, like there's no wheelchair bound ghosts.
That's why they're all pissed.
Oh my god, can you imagine that the dark origin of Ghostbusters, all the ghosts are fighting were like in the past life, like handicapped to some degree. That's why they're still on Earth as vengeful spirits.
The Ghostbusters 3 should have been about a bunch of activist rights saying, you gotta let them go, you can't cage them up.
Oh my god. They have rights too and feelings.
Right?
I can't wait for the new Ghostbusters film to like explain not crossing the streams.
How he's drinking the liquor right there, and that's like a full-on John Belushi thing.
Okay, now that I kind of see the, like, if you think it's John Belushi. But he should be doing, like, cocaine and, like, another obscene amount of stuff.
Mrs. Van Houten, you, Milhouse's mom? Throwing tables and shit. That had to be fun as hell to film, you know? He's panting like a dog there. The flowers.
You know what's weird? Not a lot of movies do that. Like, I haven't seen that imitated a lot. Someone trying to, like, wait, let me try this. Haha.
Yeah, and like flat out doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Please burn Egon's face off. Fucking Egon.
I like that delivery. I looked right at it.
Don't look at it. I looked right at the trap, right?
Why would you build a device where like you had to look away from it?
Right.
Like in the comics, I mean, the comics and the cartoon, They can like not have to close their eyes and like look away. Like it's just a trap.
It's a weird design for a little trap thing, though. Like, it's got
It's
the
a
handle
trap.
and everything.
Mm-hmm. A handle and a
It's a
foot pump.
It's a
Allahu
trap.
Akbar.
It's a fucking trap. I miss Dace.
He's not gone.
5 grand seems like a pretty reasonable rate for a fucking ghost, dude.
$5
And
grand in today's money is what, 25?
Oh, that is true. It's 5 grand in 1984.
Yeah, it's not like today. $5,000's like it sucks, but
But I would
See,
think like,
what is this woman doing? Where like, is this like in the afternoon? She's fucking like exercising at home,
Oh
doing
my god, it's
yoga.
fucking Jesus. It's Jesus.
Oh my god!
how much you
Never
want about
noticed
that
that before.
dude was not an
Yeah,
extra.
he was not paid to be here.
He's like, hey, you guys filming something? I guess I'm in the movie now forever.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
This is a very classic '80s montage of like newspaper things.
Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it would be people on YouTube.
Yep.
They probably have that in the movie. They probably have them checking up like YouTube stuff.
Time magazine, is that still going?
Yep.
God, look at him.
Young Larry King.
Young Larry King, where he still looks old as fuck. but
Yeah,
still.
he cannot.
He's only 90 in that one.
What is terrible Atlantic caricatures?
They got the hairstyle right though.
But Bill Murray looks super terrible in that one. Nowadays people look at this and be like cosplayers. Like this isn't
yeah.
that special.
Oh, she's got the kitchen towel wrong. The paper is supposed to be facing the wall.
Yeah, you do the underhang?
Yep.
Oh, I do the overhang.
Overhang's easier to pull and rip.
Underhang you use less.
Mm.
So if you were clicking on this podcast expecting lots of commentary when it comes to the
Well,
proper way to hang paper
home
towels,
ethics and aid.
there's Princess Di expecting again. Oh,
Yeah, she
here
is.
comes this random ass scene that shouldn't be in this movie.
it's so random though. Like,
I like the
and
fact
this
he
is
goes
another thing that
cross-eyed.
went. Did this go over your heads as a kid too?
Yeah.
Yes.
It took me a while. Like my parents would never explain it to me what this was about. Then like I saw it later and I was like, oh.
I think it's just because they wanted to show off the fact that he could go cross-eyed.
Might have been.
Fucking Winston, he's dead. Rip.
Yeah, there's Winston there. So
He is
that would have
dead,
been.
right?
It would have been weird. No, he's
No.
still alive.
Eddie,
Which was dead.
Egon.
Egon, the one you
Oh.
don't like.
Oh, shit, I feel bad now.
As you
Fucking
should.
Egon.
He's Egon.
Aw.
I had to. All the more reason for them to not have done any more Ghostbusters movies. Once he died, they should have been like, you know what, that's it.
Yeah, that should have been it.
Or at the very least, have a third normal movie, and they reference that he's died, and they do some kind of a thing where it's like,
Time has progressed,
yeah,
It's
like
like
that's
his
the reason why
child
they're
or
not
something.
doing it anymore is because
Right.
he died, and maybe at the end they show that he's like a ghost, but he's like a happy ghost or something. That would have been really kind of cool.
Or just notes left over for him for like a hopes of another generation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not like, let's just make it for women. That'll be interesting nowadays. We're not just trying to capitalize on
Feminist.
PC bullshit, right?
Well, PC would have been like a whole multicultural one and like one person in a wheelchair. Like the Ghostbusters Extreme style.
I think like promoting it as like the only film hasn't been worked on with a single man in the fucking cast or some shit.
No,
Not
because they've
cast,
got
the fucking group
Chris Hemsworth
production.
and the director's man, Paul Feig.
But Paul Feig is like, I wish I wasn't a man kind of guy now. It's weird.
Fucking
Now, it's like,
feminazis.
for the people that think that people are misogynists for not liking the movie, first off, you can not like a movie just because it's not a good movie. You know, that kind of a thing. But if you look at this movie has 4 men, but the main female character is by no means just a damsel in distress. She's arguably the smartest, most, like, well-rounded of the bunch.
And then you got Janine.
She turns into a ghost, and they save her, but
Well,
so what? They also save Rick Moranis' fucking character. He's the biggest pushover. Like,
well, he finally gets with her, though, which we'll talk about later, but, I mean, I don't know, what the hell would you count that as? It's weird to think, they don't really talk about it, where it's like, when they hook up with, like, the 2 gatekeeper and gatemaster, whatever it was, like...
Keymaster and Gatekeeper. Another reference that went way over my head as a kid.
Yep, I got that. I was like, haha, makes sense.
Yeah, eventually I was just kind of like, oh, it's a penis joke.
Isn't the Keymaster in the Matrix film as well?
Yeah, but it's not Rick Moranis.
Yeah, and there's no boning about it.
So Janine in this movie too. Janine's like a smart, able to take care of herself type of woman. Like,
but she throws herself at Egon a little bit too much.
A little bit.
But it's like 80s, like throwing it yourself at her.
You know, Egon is too oblivious to fucking notice anyways.
Yeah. Well, it's half the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Egon's too busy collecting fucking organisms.
Dead hookers. Harvesting organs.
This fucking tool with a violin. Look at him.
So yeah, in my head, I thought Oscar was this guy's son.
He could be. Although I've always kind of hoped that it was Peter's kid.
That she like never likes to bring up about. And then it's like, oh yeah, that was your son, by the way.
Yeah, like the kind of thing where she thought that maybe he was a little bit irresponsible, so she just lied.
Right. Easier to lie than to actually like deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was never a fan of number 2. It was a good film.
Nowhere as good, but I actually wrote a little like pitch of like a fan fiction idea. I was like, this is what I would want the third movie to be, and the third movie would have starred Oscar, where he has like dad issues because he thinks that Bill Murray was not a good dad. That Bill Murray is just kind of like, I didn't know that you were my kid and all this other kind of stuff. And it would have been, I always thought that Emma Stone would have been a really good woman to add into the mix. And it would have been so cool if she would have been like a love interest for Oscar, and she would have been the daughter of the redheaded guy in this movie. So it's like that kind of...
Walter Peck's daughter?
Yeah.
That'd be a very interesting dynamic.
She would have been like Anna Peck or something like that, and like it could have been that kind of thing. Bill Murray and him butt heads again, like...
But their kids are like forcing them. That's actually pretty cool.
And of course, we get Leslie Jones talking about like, I don't know if it's a race thing or no.
You don't see that in today's, do you?
Oh, this was
smoking on fucking TV.
No, you can't.
No, yeah. They aggressively
you gotta, like, pay fines and stuff.
Yeah.
Blatant advertisement of Wise chips in the back.
Wise
chips.
But Wise never had like a food tie-in. Like Twinkies did, High C did. I think like Coke did, but not Wise. Even though it has like the prominent shot here.
Or Cheez-Its from earlier.
Oh yeah, you're right. They actually eat it, and they actually eat Cheez-Its here.
Whenever I hear this guy, whenever I hear Walter speak, all I hear is, I am a tool, I'm a tool, I'm a tool.
Oh, he's so 80s villain.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Even though he's doing the right thing by trying to, like, figure out how these people with, like, nuclear power packs are running around. But...
I'm a tool.
Yeah, fundamentally, he's not a bad guy. He's just a dick. And that's why they call him a dick. He's also creepy. Like, he would have been a good Joker at some point,
I think they just would have sent, like, a woman or something, and Venkman would have been fine with it, but they sent, like, the opposite of what he likes.
Yeah. If it would have been a really good-looking woman, it would have been like, yeah, you could go check out anything.
Yeah. How about we go to dinner, you could check out other, like, traps and stuff. Like, I feel like they just sent the most hard-ass EPA agent they could find.
Oh, look at them all sharing cigarettes back in the 80s or 90s. I can't remember when this was.
80s.
80s.
Because you can't just like smoke in a nuclear reactor wherever they're like they're next to.
See, the Twinkie advertisement is pretty blatant.
It is. I remember like I think the 80s had like the green Twinkie where like the filling was dyed green. I think it was like after the movie, like as like a hey Ghostbuster edition one.
I never really liked Twinkies all that much.
I've never had a Twinkie.
Well,
They don't,
you probably
they don't do them in the UK.
you never had like sponge cake because the Twinkie's just like sponge cake.
Well,
Like it doesn't have any flavor that's unique. They used to taste like banana original Twinkies, but then like they just stopped it. Now it just tastes like nothing. It tastes like just cream.
I've always wanted to try a chocolate dial.
Those are different. That's actually way different. Same idea as a Twinkie.
Man, Batman would be all over this building.
see, dude, I'm so excited for the new Gargoyles film that Disney are doing. Can't wait for that shit.
It's kind of creepy for a little kid watching this with the eye and everything. Never used to bug me as a kid, but I could see other little kids being like upset about it if they were really little.
Right, if I was
Again,
this
this is
bird, right,
3
I
years
would
before I was
run
born,
past
so-
her neighbor's house every time. This dude is so creepy.
He's creepy, but like he has people, you know, like it was by himself, it'd be kind of creepy.
Yeah, like he was just playing the music and pretending like he had people over.
Yep.
I'm in a date tonight. Oh, this is the part where you see Ralph Wiggins' heart break.
How does he have people over at his place though? Like
It's all like his accounting.
clients and
Yeah,
stuff.
but
yeah.
like they trust enough to go to his house. So I'm like, he's a good accountant then.
He's kidnapped them all.
He's trying to get some new business for Egon's side business.
Where's my third can? Oh, there it is. What?
She's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, Lewis. I did a whole lot of work today. I walked from the bottom floor."
Yeah, I don't know what she does besides play music. Which I imagine, like, if you're an orchestra, like, it's a full-time job. Don't get me wrong about that. But you can't live in this New York high-rise based on just playing the violin like this. It's good, you know, get naked, sort of. Wait, she has, like, 2 pantses?
Those are called tights, I believe.
She like a but she's not a ballerina. She just wore tights because whatever.
Because 80s.
Because she was cold. You know,
Yeah, she's,
you know
she's
how
too cold to have just sweatpants on, but too
you know in the how
hot
in the
with
winter,
everything else.
right? When the man's balls goes up inside him when it's cold. Well, the clitoris does the same thing.
Drunk Sean, everybody.
Yeah, I learned a lot of things about the anatomy, toilet paper usages.
You're on your third beer?
I would say 15th.
Since we started?
No, since we started. No, this is my 4th.
Okay.
I never understood the figure here. Was that like someone's face that was rubbing against that door?
Yeah, I don't know about that. It kind of looks like it's sort of like a face, but it doesn't really look like a face.
Yeah. Also, boob. The one hand that gets really grabby in that one scene.
That was the director. He's like, "Look, you didn't want to do that sex scene that I pitched. Oh, I'm gonna get it somehow."
See, Lewis could bang this chick.
Yeah, this is like parallel. Like this is like equally on that par.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving her pills, right? But those pills are roofies. Only Lewis would have fucking carrot sticks at a fucking party.
He has to tell him about the fucking salmon price.
This is all a scam, right? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how like easily we're saving your money. Like,
Burn, baby.
it's such an asshole thing to announce.
Burn, baby, burn.
And she's way too out of his league.
Disco
I mean, she is a dancing blonde by herself at an accountant party.
Now, see this woman here, right? She doesn't need a perm. She looks like a fucking whale, as is, like.
See what I'm saying? Like, there's very big extremes of perms.
The woman that just entered looks like Josh Gad right now.
I never noticed the Lewis photo of like him in college with the degree.
Oh, I didn't see that.
See that? It's on the
wall. What a dork.
Fucking CGI, man.
Dog. Yeah, the CGI on this is pretty bad.
It doesn't hold up very well, does it?
No, but this always has the live like puppetry.
Yeah, that's good. And then when it gets into the other thing, and it's the exact same like cartoon, same puppet put in the other thing too.
See, he would have been able to run quicker if his fucking trousers went up halfway around his fucking neck.
A bear in his apartment.
Yeah, so this is across from Central Park, right? And Central Park, yeah, again, not fucking cheap housing.
Now, I can understand him having enough money if he's inviting all these clients.
Clients, yeah. But Dana, like,
Maybe he pays for Dana's apartment as a means to try to get in.
Oh my god.
I think we stumbled across something right now.
It's a really dark thing. It's like, yeah, like, I know I can get you in, you're just gonna pay a discount. And my name's on the lease.
Yeah.
Or perhaps he rents it to her, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
at
know.
like an insanely cheap rate because he's just hoping that maybe she'll turn around.
Trying to get in her pants.
So this is another example of like the high life here, just ignoring the like 1%, the 99%ers.
Oh, will somebody please get rid of the screaming man? He's in her
Oh, the
family
bear's
room.
got him. It's fine. Yeah, that restaurant in the park also super expensive to eat at.
That's like a $300 a plate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the fact that the punk rock is getting arrested.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Like the people that they're talking that who weren't at that party, they're just like on the street, just like talking to this cop. It was one of the most boring parties ever.
Yeah, it sucked. I mean, the smoked salmon was only like $24.99.
Her neck
come
is
on.
freakishly long.
I was just gonna say, come on, you wouldn't go in there at seeing her like that?
Like this is the '80s, so she's just like, "You're on drugs, awesome, let's bang."
She's like, "Are you the keymaster?" Yeah. Whatever you want to call me, babe.
Yes.
So,
But
did
you
the
also-
spirit go through her closet and pick these clothes out?
I was just gonna bring that up. You also have to assume that she had this set of clothes.
And then she slimed everything? Like this is her old like prom dress?
What?
That's
And
a
then-
side job.
And then she applied the makeup and everything.
Yeah. Ghost is weird about this. No, Azul.
Maybe this is what Ghoster likes, though.
Well, because it's supposed to be the keymaster and the key
Keeper.
gatekeeper.
Keymaster and Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, right? So it's like, why not just have it be the same person? Don't do this weird complicated thing where they all be possessed and then they have to bang and then they go upstairs.
Weird side plot.
What? That this is not consent?
That the whole thing of like the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper.
Yeah,
like,
I never understood that. And it's like he wants to like seduce women, but when he's being seduced, he's like, no. I did read that in the reboot, even those like possession scenes, no one wants to bang in this, like in that one.
Well, I mean, Would you want to bang Leslie Jones or Melissa McCarthy? Like Kate McKinnon, maybe. Kristen Wiig, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, yeah.
I'd do it for the bragging rights. You know, like I wouldn't care what kind of other connotations, but it's like, yeah, like I was hanging out with Chris Hemsworth all night. What'd you end up doing? I'm not gonna talk about it.
So I ended up doing something that a lot of women would rather do.
That's right. Be jealous, I guess.
But hey, slept with a celebrity.
Yeah.
High five.
Still counts. So it's weird. He just says no to this woman, and she freaks out. Surprise.
Typical woman.
Don't get me fucking started. Women are cunts. End of story.
I mean, I never seen a woman pee so hard she like starts floating. I've seen her growl like that. That's common. Pulling a David Copperfield, whatever.
Although, to be fair, in this situation, if I wouldn't have already ran away, if I got a chick like that floating above me and she's good looking like Sigourney Weaver, I might be like, you know what? When's the opportunity going to come up again?
When are you going to have like gravity defying sex?
Yeah. This could be like beyond one of those like one night stand type of deals.
Okay, so here's like two differences, right? When she got possessed, she was like this horny sex demon. When he gets possessed, he's just like Rick Moranis again. Like
he's Rick Moranis with a worse haircut. Or a better one, depending on...
To be fair, he's Dr. Doolittle. He's talking to a fucking horse. He's like, wow, that guy's got some seriously good coke.
Yeah. Then again, like, this is the 80s. This is a coke addict.
I forgot about that line. What an asshole. I know you guys are into this stuff.
It's like, yeah, we didn't really consult the medical profession, so we went to a spooks like you.
That'd be great if they just throw him into the containment unit.
Look how short his skirt
Put his
is.
head in there.
Yeah.
Wow, they lift him up like in such a legal way for a mental patient. You just bear hug the guy and lift him out.
Look at that obvious pasta strainer.
You call that a pasta strainer?
Well, the strainer.
I call it a colander. All right.
Colander, yeah.
Yeah.
Sieve.
I've heard more colander, but in America we call them strainers. I've seen it more common as call strainers. Even though I'm pretty sure if you put like electricity during the whole thing, you made a makeshift like electrocutioner hat. Like,
Yeah.
You've made a mini electric chair.
She's so hot. She can make me a coffee anytime.
Now, his crazy ramblings from like this biblical event, whatever, like the I forgot like the comic series or the comic series delve into like some of like the past about that. So it's interesting to see like the illustrations about like what the hell he's talking about.
So I just looked it up. Dana Barrett's just listed as a cellist. That's it.
That's it. How did she go from cellist to then an art curator?
They're like, you're in the art stuff, aren't you? But yeah, the implication between all like this real biblical stuff is kind of like, yo, that used to be fucked up back in the past.
Yeah,
You got like these demonic things going on and stuff. Like,
I don't know who like saved the world then at that point to like make sure it wasn't always demonic then.
yeah, they didn't have nuclear proton packs.
I think that's why I hate Egon so much.
Why? Why do you
Why?
like?
Because he's macking it with Annie Potts.
Yeah.
Don't forget, he drugs Dana to like go to sleep.
Did Bill Murray just kiss her on the boob?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he kind of like lower neck boob area.
I mean, I want to say goodbye to Scooter Weave like that. It's like, hey, I just drugged you full of night, and I gotta go.
Yeah, she's not gonna remember. It's like you're all terrible. You're all terrible people in this Ghostbusters unit, aren't you? Winston's the only one that's not a complete.
Winston, yeah, he just joined like a few days ago, and he's like, he's okay with this.
Originally, one of the things I had heard was that they were going to make Winston somebody who is like way more overqualified. Like he was a ex-military guy with like a nuclear physics degree and something like that, and he was just kind of like,
Yeah, that's actually true in the current comic series, where like
yeah,
he just
like, he's the only one who's qualified to actually be this type of guy.
yeah, and well, besides like Ray, who's like has a degree in other fields, but he got shafted basically after the military or like after his like army career, and he just needed work to like support his mom. So that's why he's just all in for the paycheck and not really caring about like saving everything.
I would have grown a pedo mustache like Winston. I think it would suit me.
How about a little music? Bam, 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 we're in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't even know who this band is.
Oh,
It's just
Two Towers. Where's my drink? Do you guys have that drinking rule? Like every time you see like the Two Towers in old films, you got to drink.
If I want to get hammered, I watch like the line or like the walk where he crosses the window.
It's just the entire 2-hour movie. Oh, there it is again. I guess I'm just gonna put this in my veins.
Just keep on going.
But no,
Drug
it's a
raid.
very traumatic event.
Also, no security. They just walk right in.
And they're gonna arrest them where they've got the one guy in the suit, they've got the one contractor, and one cop. See, Janine's smart. Can't come in here without the warrant. She's putting up a fight. Like,
Well, she would need like her to like read it because the guy just like, I have it here. You believe me?
that's movie tropes.
Yeah.
It's that whole like how everybody hangs up the phone without saying goodbye.
Right,
They
right.
just know the conversation's over and stuff. Look at Lewis pointing. The first time in the whole movie that Peter looks like a respectable person with the full suit.
Well, he was going on a date. This is after his date night.
Yeah.
He just pushed a cop. You notice that? He just, hey.
Imagine the rated R version of this movie. Fuck off, Venkman.
You mean the PG-13 version of this movie?
Yeah, true. So this kid now would totally be what's his name? The dude from She's Out of My League.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I forget his name is.
He would totally be somebody like that.
What I miss, I had to go to the bathroom.
Now we're watching the Shut It Off scene where this like underqualified Con Edison guy is about to like cause a nuclear meltdown. Because it's like, yeah, they just told him they got someone else to do this. They could have done this themselves. Like you had to get some guy with a hard hat.
Now the music that comes up a little bit, I always thought was a little bit creepy.
Yeah, just the tone. Like
The whole like, please.
I don't know. I never know who sung it. I never know how to just like describe the song besides like it's like a Bob Dylan song almost like. So another little bit of history about the Ghostbuster house here. This was still an active like firehouse, so they had to like close this house for like a day and do everything they had to to do it. It was like back to back to get their money's worth. And if you actually go to in Manhattan, if you can go to this firehouse, like some of the props are like in the doorway. You could see.
Oh, look at this shot right now. Ron Jeremy's on the left side.
Oh yeah, the Ron Jeremy cameo who just like wandered onto set one day.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
a
continue.
sign going out of business.
So what you were saying is they had to film it all in like one day,
like
for that
1 or 2 days. It was just like they threw all their budget at just like closing this area and then shutting down an active firehouse. What about the greenhouse effect? You're gonna cause global warming.
And Egon's big response is, "Your mother." Yeah, here we go with the creepy kind of song. Please.
Is it breeze or please?
I always thought it was please.
It sounds like ease to me.
Ease? I don't know.
Ease.
Cheese.
Please breathe.
Squeeze. On your knees.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, like how is that ghost that pops out of the subway thing supposed to be a former human being?
I don't know. Then they get like this. This is legit like
cab
zombie.
driver, man.
Yeah, full on zombie mode. At least that looks like a person, though. You know.
So I never understood like really. There's no like category in these movies about the ghosts.
As far as I know, they've never explained it either, but they might have in like some other thing.
Yeah, some other extended edition.
There's old John Belushi. And a guy who looks like Adam Sandler.
Dave Sandler, Adam Sandler's father.
Yeah. Adam Sandler would have been like a teenager around this time, right?
Like a middle school kid.
Something like that. Because he was like, in his like early 20s, I think, when he was in SNL, and that was...
Yeah, yeah, then you're right. Yeah. He would have been like 12. This is 83. It could have been.
Somehow I want to think that his name is Andrew. Andrew Sandler.
Yeah, I don't understand why they arrested him. Like, I understand you're in that room and stuff, but they just like threw him in general lockup.
And it's weird that all the other people that are arrested are all looking around at it too. Now you would think that all of them are all people that were like caught stealing and like fighting, and like, you know.
I mean, this is the 80s. They probably got arrested for like graffiti and like
yeah, that's true. Loitering.
Yeah, loiter.
How come Ray is the only one wearing the jumpsuit?
He's the one who's the most in for like all of it. So it makes sense. Egon's kind of like, yeah, you know, I do my thing. Winston's only in it for the money. Peter's in it for like something to do.
Like
Peter's in it for the pussy.
What?
Yeah, Ray is the one that's like, it's his passion project.
Well, he owns the building. Remember, he put a mortgage, like triple mortgage on his house.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Tobin's Spirit Guide.
He seems like happy telling the story, though.
I also do like there's no soundtrack for this like story, you know, like it's just him talking.
Yeah, there's no like undercurrent of just like, ooh.
Yeah.
I like the fact that all the fucking guys in fucking jails surround them as well. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it would have been really difficult. They're like fighting during the scene. Like, give me your
Yeah.
shoes, and like fucking try to fight each other.
I think
Half of them are
Ghostbusters the
bloods,
only
half of them are
white guys
crooks.
in this jail. All the rest are black. Oh
Yeah,
no!
there's
Well,
that
that's
one.
There's two
him.
guys
He's
there.
they arrested him.
Yeah, they weren't that racist about it. They're not making all black people in jail. There you go.
Oh look, it's the cop from Die Hard. There he is. Look.
Yeah, you
Yes.
still are 5
Yeah.
seconds ahead. Like you're predicting
Carl
the
Winslow.
future.
This is right after he talked to Steve Urkel.
This is before. This is at, wait. Was this before or after Die Hard?
This is
I wanna say
after
it's
he shot the
before.
kid.
Yeah, it's like if you think about it, I always like to put that story in my head between this Die Hard and Family Matters, where he was here, shot the kid, moved to Chicago, and then did Family Matters.
You know what though? Die Hard's 1988.
Wow.
So this is 4 years before that, which would be enough time for him to have shot a kid and then done the Die Hard thing, and then he moved to Chicago. It could work.
Good. I like how she's the man.
Oh yeah, well she has to be. Look at him. Rick Moranis is like, this is like the best scene I've ever filmed.
So I always thought they were gonna bang, right? Like up there.
They did. You just don't see it, and that's who the kid is. The kid's
Oh,
father is.
Because then like they become dog people.
Well, you know, doggy style has to happen for a reason, right?
If you do doggy style too much, you eventually become dogs. It's just a rule.
Yeah, if you do missionary too much, you start going into the military. I always did like the mayor.
He was like a more effective New York mayor than the mayor at the time. Yeah, New York in 1983 was still not like a great city. It was like a little bit later when like Mayor Giuliani in the 80s showed up and like really started cracking down.
That's such a classic line.
Very classic.
I think that they edit that out of the
TV movies.
TV version,
Yeah.
which I used to watch that more than anything.
What?
I didn't own a VHS of it for like a long time. I just had a recording from Delft TV.
I definitely had like a real copy, the black box of this one. It was like black
Yeah.
and red. My parents liked this movie enough to buy it, and then I grew up with it.
It's always weird though if you grow up watching the TV version of it more, and then you see some other jokes. Like Robin Hood Men in Tights is my favorite comedy of all time.
Mm-hmm.
When I eventually got a VHS tape of it, now I have a Blu-ray of it. It's like a couple jokes are just like, oh
Yeah, they're like
Huh.
a complete joke now.
yeah.
See, like
So
I
This Catholic priest, right, touched a lot of kids, right? Considering this was the 80s.
and that's why it's like we gotta get rid of these ghosts. They know things.
God, half these ghosts are probably the ghosts of the kids that I used to-
I've done things too.
You've seen how many hot dog Slimer can fit in his mouth.
Oh. See, like I like this. This is like that was a very funny like racial joke, and it was just like not over the top, you know.
hmm
Shit that'll turn you white, and it's just like ha.
Dogs and cats. Typical politician. It's like, gonna get another election here?
Then the pedophile priest agrees,
He's like, yeah, boy.
and we continue the molestation for another 20 years.
And this ginger guy is no soul. Bless him.
So like I do
I
like
could
in
do a
the
fruit basket. I'm not gonna lie.
so do you remember the third in the game? They actually have to work together between Peck and them.
I don't remember that part, but
Yeah.
what are they doing that?
Walter Peck and he shows up in the video game, and it's because Ghostbusters are back. They're like a state sanctioned thing, and they have to like agree with Walter Peck. So like I do like that like new arc, like a different like what happens to them.
Yeah, he gets like a different organizational role.
Yep.
And isn't it like Alyssa Milano is like a
No, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt's the one in it?
Is it? I'll look it up again. I haven't played it in years, so I gotta.
She like runs a museum or something like that, right? It's always like a museum or like an art thing or something.
It's a museum thing, whatever.
It's never just like, yeah, I have like a garbage business.
Yeah, it's like Pretty Women in like high art roles.
Mm-hmm. Instead of some real greasy dude who runs a deli.
I got a ghost problem.
I was out getting some more pastrami and I noticed a ghost. What the fuck? So one advantage of Ghostbusters 2 compared to this one, this whole we're getting together to go take down the ghost thing, not as good as the second movie where they're doing the whole Statue of Liberty thing.
Well, I do like the Statue of Liberty one because I was like old enough to see that in theaters.
Yeah. And the second movie's got On Our Own by Bobby Brown. Great song.
It's another song that describes the whole movie.
All on our own. But nothing compares to just the normal Ghostbusters theme, so.
Oh, you're right. It is Alyssa Milano in the game. I always thought it was
they got Sigourney Weaver, Alyssa Milano. It's never like Rhea Perlman, you know? That's why somebody like an Emma Stone would have been a great addition. Instead of Melissa McCarthy. Ugh.
I'm back. I was messaging some slag. What's happened?
You've seen the movie before, haven't you?
I have seen this movie several times. I actually watched this last week. But I haven't watched it drunk. Was police cars actually that color back in those days?
That like pale blue?
Yeah.
Yep, that was a real color. That was the real like how it looked.
Yeah, Our Boys in Blue, that whole thing.
Oh.
Now they're
That
like
makes sense.
mostly wearing black.
And way more armed.
Yeah, this movie would have been made back like different so that they would have just shot Winston.
They would have shot ghosts. They've been shooting at everything.
Black Lives Matter, Tony. All right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. It would have been just these brutal ass cops doing something for no fucking reason. There'd be a bunch of hippies protesting this right now. The environment got messed up from this. I think the Ghostbusters are our fault. I'm surprised that they didn't take that scene out.
What do you mean?
It's kind of unnecessary.
This like earthquake scene?
Yeah.
It's not really needed,
Ghostbusters.
It just delays them. Plus, it unites like everyone from every culture. Like all they do was fall into a hole, and now everyone's excited.
I like the fact that Ray's the only one wearing black fucking gloves. Everybody else is like, yeah, we're going gloveless. And then next scene, when they're climbing the stairs, they're all wearing gloves. Where the fuck did they get the gloves from, huh? They pull out their assholes.
They got them from Ray. It's like, guys, where's your gloves? They're like, we'll put them on, Mom.
Okay, yeah, you're right. They definitely banged.
Oh, they totally did it.
That is
She looks way
They
too
definitely
satisfied.
fucked with him. His shirt is ripped and everything. His trousers are undone. His belt is undone.
You got a ghost
Big ass
blowjob.
grin on his face.
See, you happy? You happy, Zool? We banged.
And that's the way baby Oliver's come from. You see?
Wait, is that how you summon like super ghosts? Like you have to have weird sex in front of it?
Yep.
I mean, I've never had a ghost pop up, so.
Tell you about what fucking weird shit are you into?
I'd fuck Sigourney Weaver. It'd be great though. Gozer pops up. Nice.
And high fives him.
He fist bumps Vince there. Clortho, the man. You tagged her.
Why is there like a child's bike and like furniture in the hallway?
You know, that would be kind of interesting, though, Sean, bringing up the idea that what if that's supposed to be where Oscar comes from? That would have been an interesting way for them to do it. Although I wouldn't have liked the idea if it would have been Lois Tully's kid, but... Oh, and another person, too. Lois Tully was going to be John Candy.
Really?
Yeah. Forgot about that.
You would have smushed Sigourney Weaver.
I tell you now, right? If Ghostbusters 3 actually happened, that Oscar kid would have had black frame glasses. Tell you now.
He would have been kind of emo.
Oh, it's Illuminati.
It's the triangle.
Yep, confirmed.
This is what they do every time they go to that ranch for the owl parties and such.
Owl parties.
I can't remember the name of it. What the hell's the name of it? Starts with a B.
I don't know what it's called either. Because it's like not common to talk about it.
Did you say owl party?
Yeah, owls are like one of those Illuminati kind of things.
Right. Yeah, she's a dog. You know why? Because she's a bitch like most women.
Bohemian Grove. That's what I was thinking of.
Bohemian Grove?
A bohemian like you. And I feel, whoa, woo!
That's like their meeting place in the woods. The Illuminati.
Aw, yeah. Isn't that called like dogging?
No, that's called fucking in public.
Like Winston's just like, the fuck, man.
Winston's like, I don't get paid enough for this shit. That's a girl.
Yeah, I always it's a girl.
Looks like David Bowie.
Yeah, it definitely is like it's from his era, David Bowie look.
Well, technically, it's David Bowie now, right? Because it's a Ghostbuster.
Yeah. Speaking of the whole thing with John Candy, Eddie Murphy, John Belushi, that kind of stuff, original person that was going to be Gozer?
Bowie.
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, yeah.
Pee Wee Herman, as in the bicycle ride in Pee Wee Herman.
Yep. Ugh.
I still hit it.
Just got my haircut, like, practically.
Well, it's an 80s haircut. So, like, that's actually, like, a different actress than this woman. It's another famous, like, voice actress.
Totally Emperor Palpatine.
Oh, I definitely looked at Star Wars and went, yeah, we could do that.
Now, young Skywalker, you will turn into a giant marshmallow.
That's my favorite line in the entire film.
But the God line?
Yeah.
So, thanks for weekly league pushing us. Like, Gozer could have, like, done worse, right?
Although even at the very least, if they were getting electrocuted like a normal electrocution, it would still be like, holy fuck, that hurt, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, she got the gymnastic skills of the Emperor, too.
How did the Gozer know how to get heals? You know, like, I get, like, and, like, its design costume is just bizarre. Because instead of, like, I thought, like, originally if you were going to summon, like, an ancient demon ghost or whatever, like, it'd be something in robes, you know, or...
Yeah, like,
or
old,
wraps.
like, historic kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like, you saw X-Men Apocalypse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wore Egyptian clothing that was, like, ancient, sort of. And this is supposed to be that same time, too.
Ah, right. This looks extremely bad. I'm fucking Egon. I'm a bit of a tool.
That's why they specifically had him have that tall hair for this wind scene where they're like, that would be cool to see him blowing around like that.
Seems like this building is poorly made.
Some of this building looks like polystyrene.
Wow, that fell, like, on someone.
Yeah, that person's dead.
That fell from, like, 50 stories.
This would be the biggest thing to ever happen in the history of the world.
People
like,
would
9/11 was like still, amazingly huge, and people talk about it constantly and all that. If we had demonic fucking thing like that, Ghostbusters 2 would never exist.
People would try to figure out how to weaponize this first. Like, after this happened, they're like, oh, how can we, like, do this to our enemies?
Right. Let's try to get Gozer to fuck up the Middle East.
Ray, you fucking twat. What did you pick? I couldn't help it.
It's such a stupid idea. Imagine pitching this movie, even now. Like, they're like, all right, so we're going to be like catching ghosts, and it's a comedy, but it's also kind of creepy and whatever. And, like, there's going to be a whole thing of, like, that Rick Moranis has to bang Sigourney Weaver, and we're going to fight a big marshmallow guy. And it's just like, dude, what drugs are you on right now? No, trust me, it'll make, like, $300 million.
Your kids are going to love it.
Yeah.
There's going to be, like, this juice after it and everything, like... Birthday parties,
cartoon series. Eventually, they're gonna make a remake with all 4 women, and everybody's gonna hate it.
Can you imagine that was like the 30-year, 40-year plan of this
to do a remake?
To do a remake, it's like part of like their pitch.
Now, supposedly, the new movie, which hasn't come out yet when we were recording this, has this whole thing basically of like a giant monster in the final act, and it's the logo,
their own Ghostbuster logo.
Right, you know what the new movie can do? Right, all 4 bitches can suck my knob.
Oh, god damn it.
And then rinse and repeat.
Direct all anti
again,
Sean comments
the porn version I've seen, they do that. Maybe not your knob, but a knob.
Well, I got to imagine the porn scene with the Marshmallow Man's got to be like
awkward. Yes,
terrible.
Well, they don't summon like a Marshmallow Man; they summon a woman.
Oh, I don't know about that. The fat slag would eat the fucking Marshmallow Man.
Maybe that's why they didn't do that. Melissa McCarthy would just be like eating the marshmallow.
Oh,
I think I'd much rather watch that than that fucking entire film. To be fair. Just her just eating a fucking Marshmallow Man. It'd be more entertaining. Fucking skank.
Well, shout out to Film Theory on YouTube. They went through and calculated how many calories the Marshmallow Man would be.
Tony, don't shout it to anybody. That's Cinema
Shout out
Sins.
to them. They're
Because
a
Cinema
hell of a lot
Sins
more,
also helped me watch Mission Impossible 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I'd cross the stream. I'd cross the stream with you, Tony, anytime.
It makes one of us.
Fucking Egon.
Such a serious line.
I love the fact that Peter just slaps Ray.
Like, I don't think that was in the script. He just did it.
Yeah, that had to have been an improv. Obvious green screen. Probably blue screen at that point.
Nice working with you, Dr. Venkman. Why does Egon look like he's taking a shit?
He might be. I'd be shitting my pants doing this.
You guys ever had a 4-way like sword fight over there? This happens in real life, by the way.
Yeah, it does. I got gay friends. They tell me things.
It's kind of horrifying when you see the Marshmallow Man's face melt like that.
It's like the T2 like apocalypse scream. Ah! Also, molten hot like marshmallow. It's still pretty hot. Like it's not less hot.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you ever roasted marshmallows over a fire and you grabbed it too quick, you're like, ah, motherfucker, this hurts. And it pours on top of him.
Yeah, that guy's
now he would just be like
burn
in
patient.
second-degree burns.
Yeah, he's now a burn victim. Also, that kind of like goop scene in the porno.
Oh, it has to be.
What is
It's
it?
like a little fat kid running around the streets right now
Like
with
licking the ground.
graham crackers and chocolate, just kind of like, ooh, s'mores.
I don't know if you can
They
hear my
used,
dog snoring in
shaving-
the background, but
Is
if you
this
can,
shaving
I
cream?
apologize.
Shaving cream, yeah.
Ugh. It's in like their mouth.
Yeah, wouldn't you kind of ask for like whipped cream maybe?
Yeah, just at least on the face.
Maybe it melts too quick.
I don't know. Have you guys ever tried whipped cream? It fucking stinks after a while.
When it goes bad, yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
still
I'd rather
dairy.
have whipped cream in my mouth than shaving cream, dude. Whipped cream's fine.
Is that like
I don't
how
know,
Bill
shaving
Murray is
cream
like,
would be- I don't know. Shaving cream is fine.
yeah.
As long as you don't get it in your eyes.
Yeah, in your eyes and mouth, because it tastes terrible and it stings.
I don't know. Gillette is the best a man can get, right? Damn, look at those titties.
Yeah, you're definitely a little bit ahead.
Oh, I'm on Snapchat.
Well, we murdered her, so.
If I remember correctly, he like chops it like a
God
karate
damn,
chop or
I'd
something,
lick
right?
whipped cream off those.
Yeah, he tries it.
Yeah, there you go. There's the karate chop. Nobody goes after Lewis.
Well, yeah, it's because he's a fucking dweeb.
They like push him off the building. Oh, look at that! He was a casualty. It's just a shame.
Well, they really don't know Lewis at all in this movie, besides like Peter.
Well, Egon gets to know him a little bit.
But not like the real him.
Yeah.
Side note, did you know you can send money via Snapchat?
Did not know that.
Might have to send you a Snapchat so you can give me some money.
Fuck you, but you can send me money.
If you want to send some money to us on Snapchat, at Fanboys Anonymous. What a stupid line. Who does your taxes?
I love this town.
Why would you be all happy?
Yeah.
I would be like, I am moving the fuck away now. You know?
We get to
See,
kiss from
they
these
say
people.
that shaving chrome in her hair is not. It's actually Bill Murray's cum.
Ah.
Not Venkman's, Bill Murray's.
Star.
In the universe,
I like the
Bill
fact
Murray's
that
still
Bill Murray's
original.
name is the first one to star.
Oh, he was the biggest star. Who gets number 2 billing? Oh, Dan Aykroyd. Makes sense. I always thought Dan Aykroyd has his name spelled weird. The Y is odd. Dan Aykroyd.
I always forget that's Janine. Just shows up like she looked like she escaped from a camp. Like I don't.
I am afraid of ghosts. That's
How
why I
many beers
yawned.
in are you, Sean?
Huh?
How many beers in are you?
5, 6. It's now 3
7.
o'clock in the morning, so I've been drinking from 8 p.m. till 3 o'clock in the morning, so yeah. It's time for my bedtime unless you want to do the second one.
No, I think we're good for just this one.
Yeah, second one doesn't hold up as much. I'll still always kind of like consider that a funny movie and stuff, but I'm sure if I would have been watching this movie, like if this Ghostbusters would have came out in say like 2014 and 2016 Ghostbusters 2 came out, I would have been disappointed. Kind of like Iron Man and Iron Man 2.
Can I just say, before we hang up or whatever it is, thank you for having me on today.
Thank you for doing it.
It's cheered me up somewhat.
I'm sure the beers helped.
Yeah.
The beer has helped a lot.
But you can't watch Ghostbusters and not still get a smile on your face, right?
Hmm.
I got they ran after the car. Like I didn't quite understand that.
Oh, here we go with the Slimer. Ah. Best line in the Ghostbusters song, by the way, that people always forget about. Bustin'
It
makes me feel good.
good.
It's so terrible. Yeah, so the credits are on right now, everybody, which is a good time for us to kind of start wrapping up things a little bit here and telling you guys where you can find some of our stuff, plugs and whatnot like that. Chris, anything you want to toss out to everybody?
Yes, I am a writer for everythingaction.com. You can look us up on Twitter and EV Action. And yeah, this is like my 5th commentary with you guys or something like that. So you can find me here sometimes.
Did you say everything is Ashton or everything is action?
Everything Action.
It's not a website about Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah,
That's
everything
what I thought
Ashton
it
Kutcher.
was.
Everything Ashton. You're like, well, he hasn't really done much in a while.
I made the fan site back in like 1998 when like that 70s show was really popular, and just been maintaining it since then.
Dude,
We've had 2 posts in the past 6 years. One of them was, hey, he's doing a shitty Steve Jobs movie and he's got a kid.
Yeah. When that Demi Moore Ashton Kutcher thing blew up, I was all on it.
Isn't he fucking, what's the name nowadays? Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis, yeah.
Mila Kunis, yeah, he upgraded.
Like he did.
Sean, anything you want to promote?
Yes. Yes, I do. YouTube.com/Shaughnessy1989 for season 2 of Premier Pals coming in mid-August. Don't know when. It's whenever the Premier League starts. If you're into soccer or football or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Or footies, as you called it earlier.
I call it footy.
Well, from my side of things, everybody, just keep checking out fanboysanonymous.com. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and subscribe to us if you're listening to this on YouTube. If you're listening to us on iTunes, leave a positive review because that'll help quite a bit. Give us that thumbs up as well. And don't know exactly what the next thing that we're going to be bringing you guys is going to be. I guarantee it's not going to be a review of the new Ghostbusters movie, because I ain't seen that movie.
I ain't seen that movie.
But maybe it'll be an article about like top 10 reasons why I'm not seeing it or something like that. Or some movie trailer reactions or movie reviews for anything. I do know the Star Trek movie that's coming out soon. I'm going to be doing some things for that. Minuteman review, movie review point, that kind of stuff.
I'll do Star Trek with you if you want.
Yeah, we might do something. Maybe we'll even do a commentary for one of those older movies, even though I don't really like them. Or actually, probably just
Do the fucking newer movies, you fucking tool.
Yeah. Maybe we'll end up doing something for that, though. If you guys want to see something like that specifically, or you have any other ideas, leave them in the comments below. We'll always kind of take those into consideration. And obviously, if you are into the pro wrestling side of things, go check out smarkoutmoment.com for all that stuff. But that is it for this episode. We're just towards the end of the credits here for the most part. Apparently, Magic was Mike Smiley. Maybe that's the song. Maybe he's going like, Magic. I don't know.
Everything magic.
Where is this going?
Well, that is it, though, for us, everybody. Thank you all for listening. We are all fanboys here of Ghostbusters. We hope that you guys are. Leave your comments below. We'll see you next time, everyone. Geeks out.